Hi, this is Kerwin and Keith of Father Son Galaxy. What do you call an Ewok without teeth? A gummy bear. Why is it difficult? Why is it difficult to tell jokes about stormtroopers? They usually miss the mark. You'll find these and many other puns in the new book, Star Wars Dad Jokes, published by Chronicle Books, illustrated by Johnny Sampson, and written by our guest. Kelly Knox is a freelance entertainment writer for franchises like Star Wars, Marvel Comics, and DC Comics. She is the author of many books, including Be More Obi-Wan and Marvel Monsters, Creatures of the Marvel Universe. Kelly, Clayton Sandell, and S.T. Bende are co-authors of the recently released book, Return of the Jedi, a Visual Archive. Kelly, along with Adam Bray, are co-authors of the just-released Marvel Studios Character Encyclopedia, updated edition from DK Books. Kelly Knox, welcome back to Father Son Galaxy.
Hi, thanks for having me back.
Oh,
hello.
Great to have you back. Now, your Dad Jokes book came out at the beginning of this month, right? April 2nd? Okay.
April 2nd, yep. So close to April 1st.
Dad joke.
Yeah, but we're going to
What do you call it when a stormtrooper hits their helmet against a door?
What?
A drum.
You made that up?
Yes. You can tell.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right.
It was not very good.
No. That's fine. Okay.
The Ewoks agree with you.
Your book came out April 2nd, so it's almost been 3 weeks now since it's been out. You can be honest with us. Are you tired of the dad jokes? Have you heard enough dad jokes?
Never, actually. Right. I do love the dad jokes.
Yeah, exactly, because we're going to have more, okay? Keith already started off with one, so just wanted to make sure. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, how do you define a dad joke?
Oh, that's a great question. So for a dad joke, the first thing I think of is it has to be appropriate to tell a kid, right? So it's not inappropriate, it's not mean, it doesn't, for Star Wars in particular, I made sure I'm never making fun of Star Wars or Star Wars characters. It's told with love. Every joke is made out of a good positive energy and not like a mean energy. So I feel like those are the core elements of a dad joke and what sets it apart from other jokes out there.
Tell us the story behind creating this book.
So the story is actually a pretty funny one, or unusual one, I guess. It's not how most books come to life, but this one started in lockdown in 2020, so March 2020, when I started tweeting a Star Wars dad joke a day. I was doing that just to kind of distract myself and just because everything was so uncertain and kind of gloomy, and I wanted one less little thing on somebody's timeline to be so gloomy. And so I tweeted a dumb joke, decided to do it every day for as long as I could. I think I made it a year and a half. And then some very kind people would say things like, this should be a book. And then one day Lucasfilm said, this should be a book. And they got me in touch with the editor. And that's pretty much how it happened. I didn't send in a pitch, but I did send him, my editor, a list of all the jokes that I had tweeted because I saved them all. And so he had a good idea on the tone and the kinds of jokes I wanted to tell. So only some of those jokes did make it in the book, but the majority of the book is all new.
Mm-hmm. And these jokes that you were coming up with, they came right off the top of your head?
Not that easily, but yes. Okay. Some of them are based on like dad joke classics, and so, but I would put like a Star Wars twist on it. But yeah, most of the time, if it's not a pun based on somebody's name or me making fun of like Admiral Akbar, which I tend to do a lot. I think there's like two pages fully dedicated to Admiral Akbar in this book, but yeah, basically off the top of my head.
Got it.
Funny Marvel dad joke. What do you call it when Iron Man gets into rock music?
I don't know. What do you call Iron Man when he gets into rock music?
Metalhead.
Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
That's better.
All right.
This entire episode is going to be me getting progressively better at
dad
boy.
Jokes. All right. Yeah, we're going to get better. Yeah, we got a few more. So when you were thinking of the concept of the book and which jokes were going to be in it, how did you decide which ones were going to make the cut? So did you choose from, had this many number of jokes, and then you said, okay, well, I got to narrow it down to this amount. So how did you determine which ones were going to go into the book?
So I definitely had some favorite old ones that I wanted to make it in there. Like the very first joke I told the very first day I did a dad joke on Twitter is actually in the book. But mostly it was the analogy I always think of with telling jokes like this is, you know how you throw spaghetti on the wall to see if it's done.
Yeah.
Well, you throw whatever you can at the wall and see what sticks, and that's kind of how it works with jokes like these. And so basically, I was throwing them at Lucasfilm, who very kindly would review all the jokes that I sent them, and they were very kind in saying sometimes, this one's not quite there. And so some of them would be discarded outright, and others we would kind of go back and forth a little bit to get the wording like just right. And so it was a really fun process of more just seeing like different things that sounded funny to me, at least, to make sure they could sound funny to other people as well.
Well, not to put you on the spot, but do you remember one of the jokes that did not make it into the book? Any joke?
I do. And I think it's okay if I tell it or mention it, because I don't think that's frowned on. So I had actually told a joke. Did you hear that John Williams almost got struck by lightning? It's because he's an excellent conductor. And they were like, thank you. And they were like, this is good, but we don't want any jokes about people, like stupid characters. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair, because that joke's the opening's a little precarious.
Oh, okay. All right.
They help me focus like the subjects and the tone and everything like that.
It sounds like me and a dad jokes book part 2.
Yeah.
All right. I would pick that one up.
Speaking of funny jokes,
What you got?
What was the second one? Or was there a second one?
No, I just asked for one. Like one that.
A second book?
No, like a second joke that got cut from the book.
Okay. Do you have another one?
I can't think. That one always just sticks with me because I always was kind of embarrassed that I was like, oh yeah, I shouldn't joke about real people. I can't think of another one. That's a good question, but it's been a while, and we had gone through so many rounds of like editing. I wish I could remember another one, but I don't.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fine. That's fine. All right, let's talk about the ones that are in the book. What are one of your favorite jokes that are in Star Wars dad jokes?
My favorite one is why did Princess Leia change her hairstyle on Hoth? Because she was freezing her buns off.
Yes, right. Yeah.
That one's my favorite, first because I liked the joke, and then because the picture that the illustrator Johnny Sampson wrote is just the funniest.
Exactly. Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah, I really liked his illustration on that one. So
good. Did you have any? How about this one? I think you like this one.
What is a door a Gungan? When it's a Jar Jar.
I like the picture on that one too, actually.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Jar.
Good.
I get it. A jar.
Oh, all right. Now you get it. All right. Let's see. Okay. So let's talk about some dad jokes. Did you have any other dad jokes that you wanted to share?
I mean, this one's not specific. Well, it is kind of a dad joke. It's a Marvel dad joke.
Okay.
I found this one on YouTube Shorts.
Mm-hmm.
What are two Marvel superheroes who are dressed in red and lost their vision?
What are two superheroes that
dress in red and lost their vision?
No, I think I heard this one before. You told me this one.
Yeah.
It has something to do with red, right?
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch.
Daredevil and Wanda Maximoff.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Get it?
Yes. Yeah. So what about jokes that are not directly related to Star Wars? Like, do you have any favorite dad jokes that you might have been told or you heard throughout the year?
Oh. So when the reason why I had so many, or had the whole idea of dad jokes stuck in my head, was because when my daughter learned how to read, I think starting in first grade, first grade through fifth grade, I would write down a joke for her lunchbox every day. And so I would Google, it wasn't me coming up with them. I would just Google, jokes for kids or anything like that. And I would write one out and put it in her lunchbox every day. And that was kind of like the basis for a lot of these jokes and why I kind of tended to go in that direction. I think there were so many that I read then that I really get a kick out of, but now, oh goodness. A non-Star Wars dad joke. I'm blanking.
Ooh, I have one. I have another one.
Okay.
What do you have?
Yeah. What do you call it when Odin's son goes undercover?
What do you call when Odin's son goes undercover?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's keeping it low key.
Ah,
nice. I like that one.
Ah.
I like that one. That was pretty good. That's very good. That's very good. Okay. All right.
Thought of that one. I gotta think of a Spider-Man joke.
Does it have to be a Spider-Man joke? Any Star Wars jokes?
Well, I love Spider-Man. So.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
Star Wars is hard to make jokes from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we got a book full of Star Wars.
But I want to come up with an original.
You want to come up with your own?
Oh.
Okay, I got you. Okay. All right.
Like, it's not funny if it's already written in a book.
I got you.
So.
Well, what I did, you're going to say something, Kelly?
No. I was going to say that's a solid
answer. So what I did was I went around and asked a few of my friends to share some of their dad jokes,
Yay.
So they are dads. So let me see what we have here. Okay. So sorry, we'll cut this out. I had it and then I lost it. Okay. All right. I told my son I wanted to be a comedian. He laughed, but when I said I was serious, he laughed harder. Okay. All right. Let's see. Did you hear about the dad who invented a belt made of watches? He said it was a waste of time.
I like
because
that one.
It kept him on schedule. These are okay. All right. Let's see. All right. That one. We got that one. Okay. Which is faster, hot or cold? Hot, because you can catch a cold.
Wait. Star Wars dad joke, finally. Why does Anakin go by Darth Vader?
Why does Anakin go by Darth Vader?
Yeah, he couldn't stand his old name any longer.
Oh,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. So now, Kelly, you didn't just write one book.
What do you call a really old bird?
Oh, okay. We have more jokes.
Yeah, what do you call a really old bird?
What do you call a really old bird?
Yeah, a Millennium Falcon.
I get it. Millennium. Okay. Very
nice.
good. Oh, man. Okay.
Why is Hulk so great for advertising Avengers recruitment?
Mm-hmm.
He's essentially a big green banner.
Interesting. That's good. Keith, I had no idea you had this many jokes.
Well, Google helps, so.
Oh, I see. All right. Okay. All right. So that's it for now.
Why the chicken cross the road?
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, we know that one.
Going back to the classics.
Right. So we know you didn't write just one book, So here is another book that came out this past week, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the Marvel Studios Character Encyclopedia. Awesome. Now we do have the previous edition around here somewhere.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I packed it up.
Yeah, that's
fine. But
that's fine.
Yeah, the last one was 2018, before Endgame even.
Wow, that far back. Okay. Yeah. Well, that was going to be my question for you, Kelly. So, what changed between this edition and the last one?
Yeah, that's right. There's no Endgame, and I think even Captain Marvel hadn't been in there. I think maybe the trailer had come out, and I think that was about it for the last edition. So yeah, this one was everything from that. I wish I remembered phases, but I can't remember them that well. But there was everything from Captain Marvel and Endgame, and then I know I stopped. I want to say before Secret Invasion, so it's that kind of time period in there.
In the middle of Phase 4, then.
Yeah, I did not get to the end of that phase.
Okay. All right. Now, what I like about these books, they're very detailed, and they contain information that you're not going to hear or see anywhere else. So I'd like to know, I know you wrote the book with Adam Bray as well. So are your personal touches that you added to the book? Tell us about some of the things that you could say, "Oh, I wrote that."
Yeah, so pretty much all the characters from the time period I just mentioned were mine. So yeah, everything from the more recent stuff, those were my profiles that I got to write.
Gotcha.
But you can tell where they let me put some funny they let me get away with some little jokes here and there. Those are almost always mine. So yeah, there's little touches here and there. No dad jokes, no puns. Although
Right.
some of the titles get close, the subtitles under their names get close to puns. I was still in pun mode because I was writing dad jokes at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound like a stupid question. What happened to Spider-Man's movies?
So they picked the characters. This is the best answer I can give because I've been kind of asked the same question. By the time they asked me to write, they had already picked out the characters, so I don't know what went into who made it in where. And so I think maybe that was one of the decisions they made before I signed on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we might have thought it had something to do with maybe Sony.
Sony, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
having the
probably.
rights and stuff. Yeah. hmm Okay. Because Keith is a very big fan of Spider-Man, as he said
Yes.
before. So I guess he was looking for
Yeah.
more Spider-Man information.
Yeah.
I would have loved to write MJ's page and Ned's page. It would have been fun.
You know what? You could probably make like a whole Spider-Man encyclopedia
You
That's
probably
true.
could. Oh yeah,
with
he's
like
got
the
a
MCU characters.
true. Yeah.
We have a lot of them. Like we have Prowler. He's not Prowler yet. He's I'm pretty sure that's him that appears in Across the Spider-Verse.
hmm
I mean, that's confirmation on that because it is Donald Glover. You know, we got Green
Yeah.
Goblin, Toby, Andrew, Dom, Doc Ock.
hmm
You know, I would write that actually.
Yeah.
I know you would. You have.
You know, somebody hire me. Harvard, give me my degree. Marvel, give me that $100,000
Is that
contract.
$100,000?
Please.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Pretty decent. All right. Well, I mean, you
I'm gonna throw $1,000 at all my friends.
you got a few more years left to school to get there, though.
Eh.
You guys want to hear that part. So you said then you're responsible for you said the more recent show.
Yeah.
So that
Mhm.
includes She-Hulk and Shang-Chi. So
Yeah.
both film and Disney Plus.
Yes. So I had
Okay.
a lot of fun doing like Miss Marvel, all the
hmm
Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then anything for like the heavy hitters like Scarlet Witch or anybody from before that has been significantly in need of an update since the Captain Marvel Infinity War time period. They would get their page would get an update.
Okay, gotcha. And so how it works is you get a call from Marvel and they say, well, we'd like you to work on an updated encyclopedia, and they give you the list of characters that they want you to research for the book.
Yes, although it was the editor at DK Books, DK Publishing, that was the one that got in touch with me, and
Got
then Marvel's involved later in the back and forth and editing and approvals and things like that.
Okay. And what I also like are the beautiful pictures. I mean, they're very colorful pictures.
Oh, hey, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if Echo's in this book.
Yeah. Could be. Yeah, and also see Black Panther Wakanda Forever's in there.
Yes,
Right?
I think
Yeah.
Echo is in
Mhm.
there from Hawkeye, but I don't think
Ah.
her series had not come out yet when I was writing.
What I also like to see is the Khan family. I'm glad that they're in there.
Isn't that the cutest?
They're
I
fantastic.
know.
Yeah, they are the best. You know,
They are.
I like Ms. Marvel, but her family, I think it just grounds her. You know, like
Mhm.
how they all interact with her, and they're just the typical parents that you would expect. Worried about their child and
Yeah.
making sure that she's taking care of herself, and they may not understand all of what she's going through, but they're there to listen. But yeah, I really enjoy the Khan family. I need to see
Me
more
too.
of them. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty good. All right. So we talked about you growing up a Star Wars fan, but we haven't said much about Marvel. Like, are you a Marvel fan?
Yes.
Okay.
So I started as a Marvel reader in reading comics. I don't remember quite how old I was. Maybe middle school or freshman in high school, but I remember one of the first books I read was West Coast Avengers. And that was like Hawkeye and Mockingbird, and I can't remember who else was on the team. That was back in the 90s. So it was a fun time to be getting into comics. But yeah, I was into Marvel, reading Marvel for a little while. But then I kind of fell out of comics until I was working in the video game industry on Star Wars Galaxies, and the company I was at was also working on a DC Comics game. And so I got into DC Comics pretty big at that time to support the game. And then I got back into Marvel, as things got easier to find with Comixology and, digital comics and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna very similar to me because I grew up reading comic books as a teenager, and the first one I collected was Moon Knight. So Moon Knight, yeah. How about that? Yeah, so Moon Knight had a series run that started in 1980, and I think it lasted about 3 years. And I collected the entire run. I mean, I don't know if you ever subscribed for a comic book, but back in the day, you would get it in this brown envelope, like it's unassuming. You don't know you know what's in it because, it's a comic book, but it would come, in a plastic and then in this brown paper bag type envelope and with your name typed and name and address typed on it. So I always look forward to getting the next issue. So I did collect those for a long time, and I still have them.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. But like you, I did stop. I would say, maybe my college years and adult.
Yeah.
And how interesting, I didn't get back into buying more comics until Star Wars 2015 when The Force Awakens came out.
Yeah.
And I was just so excited about that film, and they created an adaptation of the film, Marvel Comics, and I went and bought that. And then, then came Black Panther, and I went and bought Black Panther comics, and Captain America because of the Avengers. So I'm still buying comics to this day. So right now I'm actually reading the Mace Windu comic.
Oh, I really want to get that.
Mark Bernard. Yeah. So this is fun.
Oh, hey, Harry Styles.
Yes. Okay. Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of Eternals in there.
Okay. Did you write any of the Eternals section?
Yeah, I did all the Eternals.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, that was one of those. I think I must have watched that film like 2 or 3 more times since the first time I'd seen it for the book, and I was like, this kind of gets better every time you watch it. Like, I appreciate that one a lot more now.
Well, how about that? How many times have you seen it, the Eternals?
Once. Once is enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once is enough.
No, I feel like you talk about it a lot as if you've seen it more than once. That's not true?
I remember a lot of things. Eternals is one of them.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Speaking of remember a lot of things, do you remember all of the Iron Man suits that appeared in the movies? If you can name each and every Iron Man suit, main Iron Man suit that's been in the movies, I will Venmo both of you.
Now you know I can't answer that question. I believe you asked me that question before, and
both.
No.
I don't know the answer. Do you, Kelly?
I don't. I know I wrote about one of them. My brain is saying Mark 7, but I don't know if that's true. It would be on Iron Man's page.
Got it. Okay. All right. So that's good. That's good enough for me, Kelly. Okay.
Well, I might be making my memory might be playing tricks on me, but I do remember I got to write a little bit about Iron Man in the book.
So, are you? Does it matter if you enjoy the film more than the Disney Plus series, or do you care for one over the other?
That's a good question. I think I enjoy the event of a Marvel film a lot more, but then there's something to be said for, turning on a show like She-Hulk whenever you want and when you're in your pajamas and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I would say I personally prefer the experience of going as a family to the movies.
Yeah. So, again, we're big fans, and we know that, Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out this year, but there'll be 3 more new movies coming out next year, which is what I'm looking forward to. And I'm looking forward to seeing this guy, Cap, in
I know.
Captain America, in his own film.
Speaking of films, Ant-Man and the Wasp are like a graphic designer's best dream.
Why do you say that?
Because they can be like whatever size you want them to be. And I say best dream because you can make them as big or as small as you want to fit them wherever you want on the page. It's amazing.
That was another one of the movies that was better the second time I watched it. Was Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Which one?
The second one.
Yeah, but it's Ant-Man, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
Okay, well, that's a title. That's a different title. Quantumania at the end is the third movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Q, you're
That is also a movie that I have seen once. So once is enough.
Okay. So what I'm trying to avoid is, Keith has a critique on every single Marvel movie.
No, not
no,
every
he does.
Single one.
No, because
There's a few that I love, and a few that need to be, namely one that need to be banished to the dungeon below.
But we don't want to get into that, right? Because it's not about that.
Well, I mean,
you've already done your research and you did your reviews.
I feel as if I've thoroughly torn into that movie enough,
and
I can do it some more. So,
okay, thank you. All right,
I'll spare you.
What's next? What's next for you, Kelly? Are you working on anything else?
I have in October, I think. I'm part of the team that did the new Star Wars Encyclopedia updated edition. So that one will be, should be a pretty big book coming out from DK. Yeah, so I joined in a little later in the project, but yeah, there were quite a few of us co-writers on that one. It updated the old encyclopedia to as much as I think almost as much as you can get in a book for all of Star Wars. So I'm really excited to see that one come together. So that's this fall.
That's interesting. Why do I feel like we just had
we
an
did
updated character? Is this another character?
Not a character Star Wars encyclopedia. So it's closer to like a visual dictionary. I don't have the original one that got updated, but yeah, it's more comprehensive than just characters. It's planets, vehicles, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, didn't they have that for Force Awakens?
They might have. So this one would be, instead of just one film, though, it'll be everything, which is a lot.
Okay. Wow. I forgot to ask you about your favorite Marvel movie.
Yes, please.
Do you have a favorite?
The Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie.
Your favorite?
That's a good one.
Infinity War.
Yes, right. Well, I go back and forth between Infinity War and Endgame, but right now it's Infinity War.
I will pick a side.
Right? It's Infinity War. Okay.
I'm going to need you to guess what my favorite movie is.
Now, are you including the Sony Marvel films?
I am, yes.
Excellent question.
All right. So then that would be...
Well, you know already.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you give Kelly a hint?
Yes.
There's a lot of films out there.
It is a Sony production.
Homecoming?
No.
Oh.
The next one.
Really?
Mm-hmm. What's it called?
Far From Home.
That's awesome.
Far From Home.
Well, I mean...
No.
Well, there is Across the Spider-Verse.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that's true, right. Miles Morales, yeah.
I think it's actually fighting Far From Home right now.
Wow,
to be first place.
This is the first time I heard this. Okay, yeah. Wow.
Across the Spider-Verse. Mm-hmm. There's in Dune, there's like air power, water power, and desert power. Mm-hmm. Well, now there's Spider-Verse power.
There you go. All right. Very good. And
speaking of Dune, I'm like 200 pages in. It's getting good.
Yeah, you're good. Nice. You're reading the book. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Woo! So Kelly, yeah. So you were mentioning about the Star Wars book coming out. Is there anything else?
I think I'm allowed to say that The Return of the Jedi: A Visual Archive is just the first book in maybe a possible series.
Are you gonna make one for every movie?
I can't answer any other questions beyond that.
Interesting. I see. Okay, so it's not going to be the only visual guide, is what you're telling us.
I hope so.
I believe that's the case. I can say.
Yeah, we don't want to get you in trouble.
Have you guys seen that one yet?
Which one?
The Return of the Jedi visual archive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a visual.
Yes. Yeah, well, we
That's
have
right.
it.
That's right.
Oh,
You did
yes,
have it
we
in
do.
hand.
I have it
when you
right
talked about
here.
it.
I was going to show it. I love this book. Yep, here we
That's
are.
right. I forgot you already had it.
That's right. We have it. We have a copy, and love
We
this
just
book.
got a
Yeah,
letter.
right. And then so we have you in our collection, Kelly. So we got the dad
Yay.
jokes, and we got the Marvel Encyclopedia.
You got the full April collection.
Yes, the April collection. I like that. And then, and you said the new Star Wars book comes out in October.
Yeah.
We'll pick that one up too.
Awesome. Yeah, there was a lot. That one was a lot of fun to work on. So I hope you like it.
So May the 4th is coming up. What are your plans? Do you have any?
I am definitely going to see The Phantom Menace. That's probably my third favorite Star Wars, I think, when I think about my personal ranking, because that one was it was the first new one that I saw in the theater. I was one of those. I was in college, so I waited 8 hours in line to get in and see it, and I loved it. And I woke up and went back the next morning. So I'll always love The Phantom Menace. So yeah, I know I'm seeing it at least once that weekend.
Did you say you waited in line 8 hours?
8 hours for The Phantom Menace.
Well, it's better than sleeping bags.
Yeah,
we didn't do that. But yeah. I had a final. I had to take a test before I went to wait in line because I was in college. It was near the end of the semester, so I had to study, take the test, and then rush to the line. So some of my friends were there longer than 8 hours, but they held me a spot.
Did they let you cut in line?
They did. And the line was just, I was thinking about this the other day. The line was just to buy tickets. We didn't even have tickets yet. We had to wait in line just to hope we got tickets and then hope we had a good seat. Like it was an experience. Speaking of movie going experiences again.
Yeah. Speaking of funny Star Wars movie going stories about hoping you get tickets, there was this one time. It was like 2018. We went to AMC to go see The Last Jedi. They were out of tickets.
The Last Jedi.
They were out of tickets.
Yes.
Wow.
If only we had took that as a warning sign.
Oh, man. Really? Okay. Yeah.
There's a dad joke for you.
I was actually, yes, that is a true story. We actually went, it was a holiday. I don't remember, was it Martin Luther King Day? Anyway, there was a holiday, so of course we're all home, and I say, hey, why don't we go check out The Last Jedi? And we get to wait a minute. So The Last Jedi came out in December, right? And here is about 6 weeks later.
Yeah.
About a month later. We're thinking, okay, everybody who wanted to see it has seen it. It's not going to sell out. We don't need to buy tickets in advance. We get to the theater, the tickets are sold out. Well, how's that possible? Come to find out that they're actually offering half price.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, did you know that story?
I didn't know that part.
Yeah, right. So that's why it sold out. I had no idea. So we
Smart
had to.
theater.
Yeah, so we just have to see it another time.
Huh.
Okay. Kelly, where can people find you?
You can still find me on Twitter, occasionally still telling horrible Star Wars dad jokes at Kelly_Knox. You can find me writing at StarWars.com, DCComics.com. Yeah, all over the internet.
All right. Wonderful. Keith, where can people find us?
You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Fathers of Galaxy, website fathersofgalaxy.com. Please check out our merch store, fathersofgalaxy.myspreadshop.com, and our Patreon page, patreon.com/fathersofgalaxy.
All right. Kelly, thank you so much once again for joining us. I mentioned before we recorded that you hold the record of being the guest who took the shortest time to be our second guest. So we just had you on just a little over a month ago, and now you're back. So, and we will have you back again. So
please do. Please do. It's so much fun to talk to you guys.
Yeah. So thank you so much, and enjoy The Phantom Menace.
Thank you.
Happy May the 4th to you.
Happy May the 4th.
Thank you. Thank you. Kelly Knox. All right. Author of, I'm going to hold up all the books again. Star Wars Visual Archive.
Yeah.
This is amazing. And Marvel Studios Character Encyclopedia. So please get your copy. All right. So we are excited for all of these books, and it's just a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you. You too.
All right. So thank you, everyone. You have
Why were the
anything left?
Avengers fighting blind after Infinity War?
Okay.
They lost their vision.
Oh.
I'm making fun of Vision.
Yes, I know. I get it. Yeah.
It's funny because White Vision has all the memories of Vision and then popped off into like the quantum realm. He hasn't been back since 2021.
Okay.
Speaking of Spider-Man, what does Peter Parker tell people he does for a living?
What does Peter Parker tell people he does for a living?
He's a web designer.
I like that. Web designer. Okay,
That's
one
good.
more joke, Key. One more. Just one more.
All right.
Pick out a good one. What do you got?
What supervillain gets sick after breakfast while flying to destroy New York?
What supervillain gets sick after flying to destroy New York?
Yeah, after breakfast.
After breakfast.
The Green Goblin. Get it? Green?
Yep.
Goblin?
You got it.
That's a
Got
good
it.
one.
Okay. All right. We will be here for 2 hours, Kelly.
They're great. I love it.
So thank you. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us. Until next time, take care, and we will see you again.
What would Thor do if he finds an injured person? Nurse him or Norse him.